How God used an angel in human form to jolt me back to the reality of what I love doing. Hi guys, my name is Raina Bello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Quick backstory. First off, please kindly like, share, and subscribe. And if you're coming across this face for the first time, hello. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, hi. So, quick backstory. I became a full-fledged 9 to 5er sometime in January. I started, doing the everyday hustle and bustle of Lagos, jumping at Korokways and the whatnots to get to work and be back. And it's been crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So, I assume that became cumbersome somehow because it really got to me. It was a lot to deal with, the hustle and bustle, settling in, waking up early, getting to work, and all of the itinerary that comes with it. So I couldn't keep up with YouTube alongside my 9 to 5. But of course, I needed the money from the 9 to 5. And I might have left the space for a while. And in all of that time, I'm looking at my mic because I've never charged my mic in a long while, but this backstory will take us there. So I started to feel restless inside of me. My boss at the time had even figured out that I was doing YouTube and he thought it was great and he commended me for it. And some of my colleagues would try to ginger me, but I was really tired because I was trying to keep up, do my work and do it right. So yeah, I just left YouTube. I had to focus on the job that I was being paid for. And like I said earlier, I was restless. Really restless. I'll be sleeping and in the middle of the night, I can just hear that voice faintly in my head, why are you not doing this? Why are you going to just throw your own thing away just because, you have to be in this phase where you are doing 9 to 5 or it's just required at the time. And it was bothering me, but I wasn't taking any action. I kept on just wavering the thoughts, I'll just let go of the thought when it comes to my head. And something happens. I was in church one day, just doing my thing. It was after church. Church was amazing, and in my church has these beautiful aesthetics, on the outside of it, really nice aesthetics, so beautiful, very cute place to take pictures. And then pretty much everybody just does that after church, and I was doing that with my friend. Then all of a sudden I noticed that there was this lady staring, she was really just looking at me, when you feel you know somebody but you're just trying to place it. And in my head as well, I was looking at that because she was really cute, and I was like, okay, do I know you? Do I not know you? For a second I thought, okay, she wanted to ask me to come take a picture of her, and in my head I was like, don't you, girl. I mean, of course, if she asked nicely, I would have, definitely. I'm a girl's girl. I would have, of course. And then she walks up to me eventually, and then she's like, hi. I feel like I've said and then 20 times, but let's get with the flow. She's like, hi, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, you're probably just mistaking me for somebody at this point, because I don't think I know you, girl. And she insisted. She was like, Rain. Of course, my name is Raina. And I was like, I think she knows me. So I was thinking it was going to be say from school or something. And then she was like, from YouTube. I'm caught aback. She knows me. She brings out her phone, tells me she's a subscriber, and actually shows me. And she was like, why did you stop? You've not been on there for a while. I used to look out for your stuff. And in my head, I was like, what? Part of the reasons why I stopped was because I felt okay, it was just 20 what views. So maybe I could just sit this one out. And then somebody comes to make me real life. And this is a huge church. Somebody comes to meet me and says, I know you from YouTube. And she was so pleasant. She was the sweetest soul. We hugged. We took a video. I probably will attach that video on here. Okay, I might not because I need her permission to do that. But I just have to say this. Her name is Joan, and I'm dedicating this video to you, Joan. In case you come across this video, thank you. That moment for me was so surreal because I was like, what, somebody actually on here pays attention to what I do, like the things that I say, and I'm just like doing my thing, and I feel like, oh, okay, do I even make any sense? And somebody says, oh, okay, they actually miss me on this space. Oh my god, like it was a moment. It was indeed a moment. I remember even doing like a video about it on my status, and I promised that right there and then that I was going to get back on this space, and I was going to get back to doing YouTube, and I was going to give it my everything. Yeah, it took me a minute, regardless. I know, because I think this happened late in, I think early May. This is June, right? So I think this happened very early May. This is June. I mean, June is still pretty fresh, but it took me a minute. It took me other friends calling and asking me, what's up? I've not seen you posting on YouTube. You've got something good going on for you there. Why did you stop it? And then I realized that the problem wasn't my 9 to 5. The problem was an excuse problem. I had an excuse problem. I remember telling somebody one time that, see, one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself is owning up. Owning up to your strength, owning up to your flaws, owning up when it's your fault. It's just the easiest way. It helps you narrow down the problem, like to the source of it. Because in all of this, I had time to faff around. I had time to just dumb scroll on my phone on TikTok. I had time to do very, very unnecessary things, gist with friends, go out, just be like idling up and down. There was time. But I wanted to make excuse, and voila, the excuse came right up. What am I trying to say? There's always room for your priorities. It took me, getting eaten up on the inside, and I realized that my 9 to 5 is great, but there was something else that gave me some sort of joy and fulfillment, regardless of the numbers as at now, regardless of the engagement as at now. I realized that I most importantly was doing YouTube for something inside of me. Like, I'd be lying to myself if I came on here and I said, oh, okay, it's because I feel like, oh, I'm great with talking and I'm a therapist. Like, I'll be real. Do I enjoy those things, like, being there, talking people through situations? Of course. I mean, my friends will literally tell me to my face that they found a therapist in me, and I do not take it for granted. The fact that they trust me enough to come. Sometimes I even have random people, like, we've only known for say an hour maybe, and they're talking to me about like deep stuff, and I do not take it for granted that you would look at me and even think that the words I'm about to say, the advice I'm about to give, is worth following through. And then you eventually follow through with it, and then some of my friends come back and be like, oh baby, thank you. Oh Rena, thank you. I actually thank you. Just thank you for being there. Thank you. I appreciate all those things, therefore, for sure. But I am not going to not regard the fact that doing this heals something on the inside of me as well. It does something to the core of me, and I do not take that for granted. And the whole time being off of YouTube made me just realize that, as much as I come on here and I talk about things like procrastination, things about starting things that you finished, being better, and growth in general, as girls, as a young lady, I realize that these are also things that I struggle with as well. And as a family, we grow together. And there's so many things I realized about myself in this couple of, I think it's about 3 months or 4, that I've got my flaws, and I was able to like narrow them down to specifics. Like, maybe sometimes when I start something, I get discouraged real quick when I don't see the desired result. And that's just something very interesting about life in general. Like, even nature, it's the old law guarding nature and all of it. You don't plant a seed today and it grows today. Even if it now grows in 2 days, the level of growth that you achieve, that you see that plant at, the stage that it has grown to in 2 days is not the same as, okay, let me be specific. A tree. If you plant a tree today, in the next 1 month, you definitely see something. There's some level of growth. In the next 2 months, there's a higher level of growth. You will not achieve the level of growth of a tree that you will get in 24 years in 2 weeks. They're different. And I just feel like that's something that most people need to come to terms, that I need to come to terms with, that, things don't happen like magic, at least not all the time. I mean, this is not Merlin, this is real life. Sometimes consistency, I know these people are starting to criticize consistency, that, it takes a whole lot more than consistency. But don't make that an excuse not to be consistent. Try consistency first and let's see if it doesn't work for you. Try it. And you can decide to be inquisitive, be curious, reach out. What else do you need to push to back consistency? What else do you need to assist consistency in the whole aim of pushing you and your business out there? I don't know if I'm making sense, but so yeah, I started having these conversations with myself unconsciously. This conversation started to happen in my head, and I realized that I don't want to come back and then it looks like I'm starting all over again, or I don't want to have to deal with the fact that it's my third time attempting YouTube. I mean, all excuses. In the end, you just have to keep at it, because whether it's consequences, whether it's reward, the number one benefactor of either of both is going to be you. It's going to be me. If I keep at YouTube and someday it pays off, before, say cash dollar starts to rolling, before anybody enjoys it, I'm already living the life. I'm already slaying and shit, traveling to the Zanzibars and the likes. Before, my family members and I were okay, no, I want to do this thing for this person, I want to do that one for that person. And if it's the consequences of me now being years down the line, how I wish I stuck with YouTube thing that I started. I'd be the one to, in fact, nobody would even, it'll be all on me. It'll just be me mopping and crying in my room. I wish. So whatever you are going to do, also put it to heart that you can't be tying yourself down with, what will people say? What will people this? What will people that? You mean the same people that have problems of their own, insecurities of their own? Please be for real. Same people that you could be even better than, that are probably looking up to you, you don't even know, that are probably jealous of you and the bits that you do not appreciate about yourself. Please stop it. And that is me talking to myself as well. So I'm going to have to round things up here. But this is something you think you got started on to, become the better version of yourself, and you feel like over time you just had to quit on it. Maybe here is that sign, that signal that you just need to get back on business, to get started again. Who cares if you have to start all over again? Who cares really? And not to be on and on about the problems. How do we even not just start again? How do you see yourself getting back with this business of yours and not quitting again? Discipline. I promise you, that's a tough one for everybody. But then all that nonchalancy and lackadaisical attitude isn't going to get you or anywhere. For real. It's not going to do anybody no good. So how about a little suffering for now, for a bigger reward later? I was in church one time and my pastor was talking about half the time all of that idleness and complacency that our flesh be having us be comfortable with, it's just for the flesh. It's just nothing. There's no reward to it. Nothing is nothing, and you don't want nothing for yourself at the long run. So some discipline, some routine, stick with it. And I just believe God will do the rest. So yeah, guys, I do not want to exceed this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how I used to end these things anymore. But yeah, see you guys in my next one. Bye. I think I finally remembered.